Well, now joining us to talk is Jack, and Jack is actually going to be on the telethon with us as well. Jack, how are you doing today?
Great. Thanks for having me on the show.
Hey, Jack.
We were wondering if we're going to have you there. We had a technical difficulty at the beginning, but here you are, and you are the founder of Be Cool for You, and one of your mottos is inspire creativity. Tell me about that.
Sure. So I'd say about 5 years ago, 4 years ago, I was working as a youth minister down in Philadelphia. And I had undergone like a big conversion in my own life. And the gift which God gave to me was the ability to express myself creatively. And I found that through that creative expression, I was really able to heal and come into a deeper understanding of who God is and who I am and the relationship between us. So the goal is to be able to inspire others through that creativity so they can know themselves as a beloved child of God, an individual, sacred and holy.
That, Jack, that is the biggest pick I've ever seen hanging on your wall behind you. You must play the guitar.
I do play the guitar.
Yeah, so does the guy sitting next to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're both very cool. I say be cool, be you. Hey, what about Becu, this character, and some of your products? Could you tell us about that?
Becu, yeah. So he's here on the shirt.
There he is.
Yeah, Becu. So the way the logo came about and the whole brand and design, it happened when I was leading a youth creativity expression session down in Philadelphia, and we were doing arts and crafts. And so while the kids were doing their things, I painted this design on a piece of paper, and it kind of summed up my mission for the youth there. And I painted this little guy, and he just kind of came to represent like everybody's best friend. Like he's someone to encourage you to be yourself. Like he's there to welcome you with open arms for whoever you are, and wants to help you realize the gift of who you are to the world.
And there you are, singing. Why do you think it's so important, Jack, to use your talents to really evangelize people?
Sure. I'd say what immediately comes to mind is look into the parable of the talents. And God definitely gives us each different gifts according to what he knows the church needs. And each of us has something different. I have something that you don't have, and you have something that I don't have, or something that you can only express in the way that you can. And God asks us to use these things, and in this we understand our identity. We feel the connection to the spiritual realm. We feel the infinity of the Lord within us. And then using these things, God multiplies them, and then we can reach others, and it inspires people who participate and can receive that to then explore their own talents and give that back to the world. So it kind of follows that model of spiritual multiplication, which I know is pretty popular and prevalent in the church today.
Now, Jack, knowing that you play the guitar, as we all do now, and hearing your voice in the background, tell us about your music, if you would, and what inspires it.
Sure. Obviously, it's the Lord who inspires all my music. Song is one of the greatest gifts I believe that the Lord has given to humanity, to praise him, to give back. When I was about 12 or 13 years old, I started to come into my singing, and then I was actually humiliated by someone who I considered a friend at the time, and I buried my gift for like many years. And then after my reversion to the faith in college, I started to play the guitar, and I started to sing again, and it was just this beautiful coming into myself, and this ability to capture these things that only I could feel, or that like were inside of me, and like put them in a tangible way to present to the world, and to share that feeling and the deepest part of who I am.
Thank you.
That's a little sad for me to hear that someone had done that to you, and it had such an impact upon you. I used to coach a lot of sports, both amateur and high school, and I would always say to the kids, don't let anyone define you but yourself. You just define yourself. So I'm glad that you found your voice again in college. Tell us, where can people learn more about Be Cool, Be You, Jack?
Sure. We have an Instagram page at BeCoolBU and also a website, becoolbu.com.
Jack, such a pleasure. And thank you so much for coming in and going to be on the telethon.
Yes.
We really look forward to it.
Yeah, thank you, gentlemen, for having me. Happy Feast of the Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Have
the
a great-
same to you. Have a great weekend.
We'll see you,
bless you all.
Jack.